Hi, everybody. It's me, Fausto. I'm here in the podcast studio with my gorgeous husband, Mark Felian.
How y'all doing?
He just got a new haircut.
I did. It's short. Do you like it?
He's ready to join the gay army. Great parades, no war.
I gotta trim up my beard. Do you like my cat shirt? Let's do some
Hot pussy.
Hearts for the hot pussy.
You go, yo, fuck the haters, guys. So, here we are. Everybody's here now. 33 people.
That's enough.
Swipe to the right.
Share
this, and we're going to tell you all the tea. Okay. So there's this drag queen who is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Her name is Cherri Baum.
Cherri Baum.
Cherri Baum. And she was friends with Sharon Needles in Alaska back before they were on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Pittsburgh.
Come on, Pittsburgh. Thank you, Maxie Rainbow.
Uh-huh.
And so what happened, I guess, every season, of Drag Race, the kids, especially on RuPaul's Drag Race subreddit, get really excited about who will be on the next season. And it's a whole lot of fun. But at the same time, it's just a game. It's about
a lot of speculation. So Reddit's really good at sorting through, like, examining people's social media, seeing who's where, seeing who's performing, and seeing who's dropped off the radar. Because drag queens are part of their community, and so when they go missing, people know. Well, Cherri Baum went missing because she had dropped off of Facebook and she wasn't performing, and so she decided to just, like, let people think that she was on Drag Race and that she got kicked off for slapping somebody. And she came back and her first tweet was, "I gotta tell you, America, it might be satisfying to slap a bitch, but it's not a nice thing to do." And so, like, everybody on Reddit was all like, hey, she got thrown off, so it kind of threw up this whole big controversy. And so we had her on the podcast to talk about why she pranked people. And, you know, she was having fun with it, but also, too, I think, in retrospect, too, she in some ways she regrets it, and also, too, she just caused a big commotion for anything. But I kind of feel like she's really hurting deep inside, and that's part of the reason why she did this attention-seeking behavior.
But at the same time, you know, why wouldn't every drag queen out there want to trick people into thinking they were on Drag Race? I didn't want to comment on the podcast because it was a train wreck. She's clinically nutty. Well, listen, somebody...
People no longer understand irony. Wow.
So, here's the thing. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to, talk about Cherri Baum's state of mind. I love Mark. He's so smart.
Who is that? I love you too.
Caitlin May.
Ooh, hi, Caitlin.
And so, I don't think it's fair to say she's crazy or she's not well in the head or whatever. But obviously, she's going through a lot. She said on the show her brother was just found dead.
Yeah. At 26.
At 26.
Outside. He was found outside dead.
He was found dead. Baby, Tracy Tyler, listen up, girl. This is some serious shit. And she's going through a lot, and it's okay. And so the big debate here on the RuPaul's Reddit forum is people saying that she technically didn't apologize, and so therefore we're lying and we're being just as deceitful because we called the show Cherri Baum RuPaulogizes instead of. According to one person, Shaxa says, Cherri Baum's ridiculous antics or Cherri Baum's clever ruse. Yeah. So that's what pissed... Really?
Well, one person
and hold on a second.
She insulted the Reddit community, though. Somebody just brought that up and saying that that she was insulting people by calling them nerds.
So what? Who cares? As Elaine Stritch says, and RuPaul says, what other people say about me is none of their business. Is none of my business. And if someone calls you a nerd or something. And listen, we are nerds. I am a nerd. Proud nerd, honey.
And people are agreeing. Reddit is full of nerds.
It's good to be a nerd.
And they totally geek out over RuPaul's Drag Race, and that's why there's a whole subreddit for it. And that's why they love it, and so they're all into it, and they take it very seriously, So
this sounds completely... Well, listen, these are people's feelings, and you have to take people's feelings seriously. Why did she agree to come on the show after her brother was found dead? That's mental illness.
Well, she also said she wasn't very close to her brother, and I imagine, because she, like a lot of LGBT people, she's had a strained relationship with her family. She is a drag queen, and she's also trans, so she borders those two worlds, and sometimes it can be very difficult to maneuver those places, and so you have to give people a lot of room. You know?
And we are LGBT people, and we understand that we seek attention.
What?
Somebody's like, Fausto, Argentina empanadas don't necessarily have to have raisins.
But they can.
They can, and they're very delicious
They
with
grow
them.
a lot of grapes in Argentina.
Yes, darling. Okay, so listen, LGBT people and people who have had traumas in their life, and if you're a gender nonconforming person and transgender and a drag queen, you see some fucked up shit. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's right. It's none of our business what her mental health issues are. And we do a podcast, and we wanted to hear what she had to say, and that's all we did. You know how much it cost you to listen to the podcast? $0. It was free. Okay? It was free entertainment.
Somebody
or free
paid for it.
Yeah, we paid for it.
Well, and
the listeners paid for it. The listeners who support it, but the people who are complaining about it, they didn't put up a penny about it. So listen, if you don't like it, MoveOn.org, honey.
I want to buy MoveOn.org, so I can send people that way.
So, anyways, they're like giving us a lot of hell on,
who's
on
saying
Reddit.
what?
They're saying all sorts of shit. Let me read you some of the comments here. It's just angry. So someone wrote, Bareback Rider said, "Fucking clickbait. I don't want to hear about this bitch no more. Thanks, Feast of No Fun."
Well, shit, somebody's saying, here I am paying for your podcast when I get it free. But you can't get it all of the shows.
Not all the shows. And, and part of me was like, should we make this show premium? And I should have.
You should have. Kept the headers away. Well, what can you do?
What can you do? But it's like, unless I just want to thank for the people who do support the podcast. I have no idea what you're talking about. So you can tune in earlier and listen, or in the replay. I'm also going to post this on my second YouTube channel, Feast of Fools.
And no, we are not turning into Feast of Responsibility. We just wanted to, because we're doing a show tomorrow on Just a Gigolo, and we didn't really want to touch this because we want this to be kind of like a classic podcast where it's just kind of fun. Are you guys familiar with the song Just a Gigolo?
I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. People need to listen to your tips on how not to suck at Periscope.
They do.
Honey, I can only present information, and they can either listen and learn or disregard and ignore. How about Feast of Politically Correct? No, it's Feast of Fun. Okay, speaking of which, should we move on?
We should move on.
Do you guys want us to talk about this some more? Or not? Just post some comments here. Because I can talk more about Cherri Baum, but I also want to talk about Kim Davis going to jail like I said she was going to go to jail.
She's in jail now. Will she drop the soap?
MoveOn.org. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about Kim Davis. Now, yesterday, the internet was cackling because the woman dresses exactly like Kathy Bates did in the movie Misery. Okay? How's Czechoslovakia? And now that the Popo had put in the slammer for not following the rule of law as being the, what is it, her job?
County clerk.
County clerk who's giving out the marriage certificates.
Because not only is it her, she's not the only person in her office. She had 5 people or 6 people under her who could have also signed their certificates, and she wasn't letting anyone sign them. And so she's going to jail, and then they brought in all 6 people into the court and made them swear under oath of whether they would sign the certificate or not, and 5 of them said they would. One person said they would not, and that was her son, who she got a job, because her mom was also county clerk. She's county clerk, and now her son's a county clerk too. And
people are, I just want to read this. This is fantastically now people are like, you gotta show the women respect to not be conforming.
Well, people were also saying that about her yesterday. So They said, don't talk about the way she looks. It's not important to the issue.
But she looks like somebody who is.
She looks like a witch.
When you dress like a witch, people are going to comment on the fact that you look like a witch.
Not a good witch.
From a Disney movie, like a villain, a movie villain. So it's Kim Davis. Go, Kim, go. Well, the
problem is she can't be sacked because she's an elected official. You can't just remove her from her office. You'd have to impeach her or something along those lines.
Yeah. There's a difference between breaking the law and defying authority.
And so what did she do? She's
actually broke the law, and a judge, and they put her in a...
They put her in jail, and they were thinking about the people that were fighting against her said they wanted to just fine her and not put her in jail because they didn't want to make her a martyr. But the judge was just like, she'll just crowdfund that stuff, so I'm going to put her in jail. And part of me is like, don't call her a martyr, because remember, martyrs are people who die for their cause. And I doubt very highly that she's willing to really die for her cause. As much as I'd like that to happen.
You don't want to wish anybody dead. And listen,
she's
got issues, obviously.
Yeah.
She's got stuff dark, fucked up shit that she's carrying in her heart and her mind. And she should not be somebody...
Well, what it is she's dealing with a lot of guilt and a lot of shame because she's had, I'm not trying to...
4 marriages.
4 marriages to 3 different guys. She just found religion 4 years ago. So she promised her mother-in-law on, her deathbed that she'll become religious and save the world. And so she's dealing with a lot of guilt and shame. And that's where I think most of that comes from. Show your guns.
Oh, baby. Well, you gotta... I don't know how to get the good angle. Get over here.
What?
Like this. Ooh. Since when do gossip newscasters aren't allowed to talk about how people look? Isn't that what it is?
Well,
was anybody on the news talking? Was Anderson Cooper talking about that shit?
I don't know, but a lot of people on their Facebook updates and tweets and stuff like that. And if you haven't checked out the Twitter handle, at next to Kim. So just search "sit next to Kim" Davis on Twitter, and you'll see it's that blonde woman who's often in the news with her or sitting right next to her, and she looks terrified. And she's tweeting. It's a parody thing, and they're tweeting all sorts of things about Kim being like she's carrying a shank, or she never did a day's job at work, and thank God she's out of the office now. I don't have to smell her farts.
Now, Tracy Tyler is commenting, and she's saying, isn't that what TMZ is all about, commenting on how people look?
Yeah, we're a lookist society. We always talk about, thigh gaps and side boob and all that kind of stuff.
I do not have a thigh gap. My thighs touch.
Yeah. But I also feel like LGBT people, it's, you don't want to show... People have already villainized us so much. You don't want to give them more ammunition. Just let her do her thing and sit and rot in jail, and we can move on. And remember, this is, that they kept saying a big backlash was going to happen if we got marriage equality, and really this is nothing.
This is nothing. But people are comparing her to, was it Martz Rafa says she's Pensatucky from Orange is the New Black.
She is. With teeth.
Go, girl. Well, listen. You can think and you can say whatever you want to about her, but honestly, what is the kind thing that we can do? If we want to be kind, generous, flexible people, say, maybe you can just say, I think the way she dresses is really funny because it reminds me of villains from some of my favorite movies, like Misery.
Yeah. And if you don't want to be compared to a villain, don't dress like a villain.
Yeah, if you have a top hat and a big mustache and you're going, and you're like, well, I was just laughing.
Speaking of top hats, I'm selling a top hat in our garage sale next Saturday, September 12th.
Can you bring it out?
Actually, I just put it in the basement, so it's all ready to go. I have a couple of different, I have a derby too, we're going to sell that.
Girl, it's I just want to wash myself out of all this, hatred and negativity and want to I'm definitely not watching Celebrity Big Brother UK, honey.
Well, we Periscope the garage sale.
Of course.
I'm going to show all sorts of stuff that we have laid out and splayed out. Our whole neighborhood does a garage sale that day, so if you're in the Chicago area, you just come on by.
I wish you come to my garage sale, Tracy Tyler.
You come. Tracy, I want performances. I want you on the seat singing, or bring copies of your CD and we'll sell your CD.
Yeah, people will listen to it and be like, I must have it. What do you thought about dildos that we used a couple years ago in the Halloween show?
Listen, I have those for sale too if you want them. You know what, Tracy? I've been giving those out to tricks. And I gave one to the guy who watched our dog. I'm like, do you want some of these? He's just like, sure. Yeah.
People are saying, Kim Davis should become a Muppet. in the new Muppet TV show.
Ooh.
Have you guys heard about it? It looks really, really good. It's like the Muppets meets The Office.
Oh, is that what it is? I don't know. I heard Miss Piggy and Kermit broke up.
Well, in order to create drama for the show. It looks really good. It looks like the best thing on TV.
When does it premiere?
It premieres in the fall, honey.
Somebody said we should go shopping to clear out the negativity.
Oh.
What should we buy?
Go to Best Buy. You know what I'm really excited about? Is the new iPhones and the new Apple TV.
Of course.
Girl, Kermit
Sidewalk
upgraded. Sale. He went from a pig to a sow. Tracy Tyler says, go shopping and be retail therapy. Okay. You know, actually, what really clears up my mind is going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can be a grump when I go into the gym, but I leave the gym feeling very relaxed.
You're like, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. So I wanted just to clear the air, and I want the kids on Reddit to know that we love them and we're not trying to deceive them at all. Mm-hmm. We're just trying to tell a story here. You know? Okay.
Bye.
Oh, somebody wants to know what's the difference between the new iPhone. Is it waterproof?
Yes. Just throw it right in the toilet. Throw it right in the toilet. Go right ahead. Fausto's teeth, nice. I want hearts for these teeth. These are real. These are not caps. Look at those teeth. How gorgeous they are.
You know how you can tell they're not caps?
How? What?
Oh, I guess you can't see the fillings.
Oh.
Let me lick my lips. Okay, kids, we're going to take off.
Bye.
Bye. We love you.